GamingBolt presents 15 bosses that keep coming back for more, no matter what you do. Bosses are a challenge to overcome in any game, but while most only make one appearance, some just don't know when to quit. Here are 15 bosses that keep coming back for more. Liquid Snake, Metal Gear Solid. Even after punching him off the top of Metal Gear Rex and watching him burn, Liquid Snake comes back for more. His arm is transplanted onto Revolver Ocelot, keeping the fierce warrior alive far past his expiration date. He then returns in Metal Gear Solid 2, causing even more trouble for Snake as he vies for world domination. Albert Wesker, Resident Evil series. Yet another example of a villain who refuses to die. No matter how many times he goes missing, gets shot or exploded, it seems like he never takes a holiday. He shows up to toy with Chris Redfield and his comrades, throwing his sunglasses and moving at inhuman speeds. Every time he shows up, he's more deadly than ever. Joker, Batman Arkham series. Not even death can keep the Joker down. After his surprising death at the end of Arkham City, it turns out he actually just became a part of Batman's psyche in Arkham Knight. Even after defeating him once and then burying him, he takes up residence between the lobes of your brain. It's a cool twist, but we can't shake the feeling that the Joker just won't leave us alone, constantly complicating things for his own sick pleasure. The Pursuer, Dark Souls 2. The Pursuer's name says it all. He pursues. Every time you confront him, he will not rest until you lie lifeless at his feet. And unlike most enemies in the series, he shows up again and again throughout the game, swinging his massive sword and moving with a strange elegance, especially for his size. Nemesis, Resident Evil 3. The Resident Evil franchise has plenty of difficult enemies, but none are as persistent as Nemesis. The hulking deformity seems to know where you are at all times. He bursts through the wall like a reanimated Kool-Aid man and starts firing rockets at you. Sure, you can stay and fight, but fleeing is usually the right call. Reborn Laura, the Evil Within. This spider-like deformed memory of a human being is one of the most terrifying parts of the Evil Within. And that's saying something. She rises out of the ground in a puddle of blood, clawing her way towards you as she shrieks in pain. This would be terrifying enough if it happened one time, but it happens more than 3 times. Bowser, Mario series. Bowser never learns. No matter how many times Mario stomps on that ginger tuft of hair sticking out of his head, he keeps coming back for more. He's constantly trying to kidnap Princess Peach, concocting complicated plots to steal the Toadstool Princess and keep the nimble plumber at bay. But of course, it never works. The Alien, Alien Isolation. Besides the androids that waddle about the ship, the alien is the only true enemy in Alien Isolation. But because of this, the leathery exoskeleton, the Xenomorph, relentlessly pursues you, sniffing you out and sinking its rows of teeth into you. It's a constant presence as you work your way through the desolate husk of the Sevastopol. Seymour, Final Fantasy X. At first, Seymour just seems like a bit of a jerk that likes to flap his gums, but every time he falls in battle, he just pops up again a couple of hours later. Each time he returns with more power at his disposal until he eventually becomes an extremely powerful enemy, wielding unspeakable power and nearly wiping out your entire party. The Hunter, Dead Space. Every necromorph can be dismembered and dismantled with a surgical precision. Well, all except for the Hunter, that is. No matter what weapon or how many rounds you unleash at its grotesque form, it won't lie down and die. It can also regenerate limbs, meaning that conventional means won't do you much good. Dr. Nefarious, Ratchet & Clank. Like any classic animated pairing, Dr. Nefarious and Ratchet & Clank are constantly going at it. The robotic doctor comes up with another scheme and then the courageous Lomax and his mechanical companion are there to thwart it. No defeat is too humiliating for Dr. Nefarious, he just dusts himself off and gets back up, ready to be defeated once again. ANSEM, Kingdom Hearts 1. ANSEM served as the big bad of the first Kingdom Hearts, but even after his entire being was torn apart, he kept coming out of the shadows. He remains in the darkest corners of Riku's heart, coming out whenever he pleases, stirring up trouble. ANSEM has too many forms and is in too many places to be put down forever. Halo 5, Guardians, Warden Eternal. The hulking pillars that are the Guardians aren't exactly the most friendly of beings. They are protected by the Warden Eternal, a large Promethean warrior who relentlessly pursues the Spartan teams. No matter how many bullets you fill him with, he refuses to go down. And when he does, he only crops up again an hour later. Marcellus, OMNIUSHA. Marcellus, demon boss of Guildenstern, does not know when to quit. Despite being defeated once, he's continually resurrected. Each time he returns with a new fervor, new powers at his disposal, and each time he's swiftly dispatched. Dr. Eggman, Sonic series. No matter how many times Sonic spin dashes into the spherical moustache sporting villain, he always thinks up a new dastardly plot, and he never really switches it up too much either. There is always an army of robots firing at Sonic in casinos, magical winter wonderlands, and emerald-colored hills. And at the end of it all is Eggman, squatting in his tiny flying machine waiting for Sonic to take him down once again.
Like this video? Why not give us a like and subscribe? We try and upload amazing videos almost every single day. Thank you for watching this video, and we'll see you on the next one.